The world of vertical video on platforms like Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts is unlike anything else on social media right now. And what this means is that you can't take what you and your church know about, other social platforms and then apply that to short form video because it's an entirely different beast. The algorithm is different, user behavior is different. The key tips you need to know for optimization are also different. And what I see a lot of churches doing is checking the box and saying, yeah, we did it. We posted on Reels, we posted on TikTok, but they didn't follow any of the best practices. So they may as well have not posted at all. And I don't want that for you. So I've put together the ultimate formula for short form video, both Reels and TikTok. There are 10 items in this formula that we're gonna hit. And I've even put together a free downloadable checklist for you as well for easy memory. I'll share that link with you at the end of this video. Let's dive in. 10 parts to our formula, 10 checklist items you'll wanna tick off. If you want to see this in action, follow me at Brady on both TikTok and Instagram, where I'm posting my most timely content following this checklist myself. Checklist item number 1 is the hook. And this is the most important part of the formula, which is why it's first on the list here. And your video's hook is the promise that you make to your viewers. The most valuable commodity your church can possess online is attention, but attention is not given away freely. You need to earn it. And what your hook does is it makes a promise to a potential viewer. Hey, if you watch this video, here's what you're gonna get. And then it's up to that person on whether or not they take you up on that offer. Practically speaking, the hook does 2 things. It identifies your target audience and it introduces the subject matter of the video. And bonus points if you can also inject some curiosity. A few examples. The problem with most marriages. Advice for single people. Are you a workaholic? Those are all real examples of hooks from short form vertical videos from a church I highlighted a couple of weeks ago on this channel in a video called How Real Churches Actually Grow on Instagram and TikTok. That entire video is dedicated to understanding hooks and how to use them well. So check that out. It's linked in the description. But the secret to a great hook, it's really quite simple. Find the intersections between faith and culture. Where can the good news cross paths with the lived experiences of the people you're trying to reach? And we do this because it makes our content universally accessible. Here's what I mean by that. Back to our example, advice for single people. There will be followers of Jesus already connected to your church where that wisdom from Scripture will be applicable to them. And then there will be people having no affiliation with God, not connected to your church, where that wisdom from Scripture will still be just as applicable to them. So it gives your video a chance of reaching a wide audience, which is what you need to see organic growth and big engagement. But it all starts with finding hooks that straddle those intersections of faith and culture. That's checklist item number 1. Number 2 is to reinforce your hook with an on-screen title in the first couple seconds of your video. You can do that with text, like I do in these video examples, or you can even use the voiceover effect on TikTok and Reels like I Am One Church did in their advice for single people video.
Marriage makes good things great and bad things worse.
Making the best of your time while you're single.
Just keep in mind, if you are repurposing sermon recordings to make your vertical videos, which is recommended, it's highly unlikely that your pastor will perfectly set up the hook for your video because, well, why would they? They're preaching to the sanctuary, so you'll need to inject the hook yourself. Item number 3, on-screen captions. Accessibility is important, but believe it or not, a majority of viewers use captions for reasons other than hearing loss. Verizon Media conducted a study in 2019 on the effect of captions on video viewing, and the key finding of that research was as the number of consumers who watch videos on the go or in public places increases, so does the need for captions. The results showed 69% of people view video with sound off in public places, and 25% watch with sound off even in private places. Dovetailing off of that, as many as 80% of consumers said they were more likely to watch a video to completion if captions were available. And this gets to what I was saying at the top of this video. If you're not following best practices with vertical videos, you may as well just skip posting them altogether, because overlooking something like on-screen captions will so severely hamper your video's performance and potential, the time you do spend on it could probably be spent more productively elsewhere. Now, how do you embed captions into your videos? Well, you can do it manually using a free video editor like DaVinci Resolve. That's what we do. You can also pay for captions for your videos using a tool like rev.com. They'll charge about $1.50 a minute for human transcription. And considering short-form videos are usually just a minute in length anyway, that's pretty affordable. You can also pay just 25 cents per minute for an automated transcription, and then you could manually fix it up after. Either way, what you'll get is a .srt file, which you can then import to your video editor, and an editing program like Premiere will use that file, extract the data, get the captions on your video automatically, at which point you can edit how they appear. Of course, the final and best option for most churches is to simply enable captions on your videos using the built-in captions engine of a platform like TikTok. They'll caption your videos automatically. You can edit the captions before publishing if they made an error on any of the words, and you're done. Checklist item number 4, a wide field of view and shallow depth of field. This is probably the most advanced item in this formula, but if you want your videos to stand out visually, this is what you'll want to aim for. A wide field of view means actually filming your videos vertically instead of horizontally and then cropping in. This will let you take full advantage of all the visual real estate in your frame, and then a shallow depth of field will separate your subject from the background. This is how we prefer to film our videos. You can see what this looks like in these examples. And if you're curious how we film this specifically with gear, I've done a video on that. I'll link in the description. Next up, checklist item number 5 is to like this video, because hitting the thumbs up for me really does make a difference. But seriously, checklist item number 5 is the call to action at the end of the video. Ask for a follow. Point them to a deeper dive into the same subject matter, or throw out a question. Ask people to respond in the comments. Here's the thing. Many churches struggle with this simple hypothetical question. If your video happens to gain a ton of unexpected organic reach, what then? Like, just imagine, you publish a video, it gets 100,000 views. Then what? Well, if you don't have a call to action, a next step for your viewer to take, what will happen is absolutely nothing. Folks will scroll past to the next video, and you'll likely never see them again. You'll have squandered that attention. So instead, simply add the script and follow for more at the end of the video to invite viewers to opt in to more of your content. Or if your short form video is an excerpt from a full sermon recording, invite them to watch the full message on your YouTube channel. This is Audience Building 101. What is the next step for a person to take? Consider this video right now. I've already invited you to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, to like this video. I'll invite you now to subscribe to this YouTube channel, so that for those of you who are watching one of my videos for the first time right now, perhaps you'll consider sticking around for more. Before we had social media, we had blog posts. Someone would stumble across one of my articles organically indexed in search, and in that blog post, they'd see an invitation to download an additional resource. I just needed their email address. And my entire organization was built off of that in the early days, presenting a next step to the audience and building a community online. And when online ministry is at its best, you're always presenting a next step. It starts simple with a one-time viewer becoming a follower or a subscriber, but we as Christian leaders know that the end goal is greater than that. It's spiritual practice. It's getting connected to a faith community, or it's baptism. Consider this tweet. I got tagged in this past weekend. A regular attender of an online campus flies to Vancouver to be baptized in person with their church family. So I implore you, if you haven't already, map out the journey at your church of next steps, from someone seeing a video of yours for the very first time to a fully integrated part of your faith community. This stuff doesn't happen by accident. And I'll point you to 2 videos of mine that can be helpful for this: the new rules for church growth and how to reliably track attendance and engagement for online church. Checklist item number 6 is to watch for overlapped video elements. And this was something that was a big challenge for us when we first started publishing vertical videos. For this simple reason, because the video takes up the whole screen, the elements like the caption, avatar, engagement buttons, which normally would sit below or above a post, are now overlaid on the post itself. And what you don't want are your captions overlapping with the like button and making them hard to read. So you need to be aware of where those elements will sit on your video so there's no overlap. Everything needs its own uninterrupted real estate on the frame. And now let's sprint through the remaining 4 items. Number 7 is your caption. You want to keep it short, restate the hook of your video. Try to keep it fewer than 10 words. Item 8 is hashtags. 3 relevant hashtags is all you'll need. Don't overdo it. Item number 9 is background audio. Select a sound from the social platform you're uploading to that will serve as the backing track for your video. Ideally, find an instrumental with an emotional tone that matches the subject matter of your video. And lastly, your cover photo. A few things you want to hit here. If your video has a person in it, make sure their face is clearly visible in the cover photo. And then secondly, make sure the hook is clearly readable in your cover photo. Different platforms have different tools for creating or extracting a cover from the video itself. Other times you can actually create one from scratch and then upload it separately. Your call. Just make sure you have the person's face visible and the hook, again, restated, but this time right on the cover itself. And that's it, your 10-item checklist. As promised, this checklist is available as a free download, linked on this video and also in the description below. Again, I'll invite you to subscribe for more. And thanks as always for your time, attention, and trust. We'll talk soon.